college football rankings have always been maddening to me. They've they're very, very slanted. And when you look at the way these polls work, they're ungodly frustrating because there's no rhyme, there's no reason. You have idiots like the lady who bumped Florida up in the poll 2 spots a couple weeks last week after losing to South Florida. And you look at the polls right now, and Miami's jumped up to number 4. Great. But ask yourself this question realistically, who has played like the best team in the country? Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Hurricanes Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment. I appreciate everyone who's jumped on board. I've seen a bump in subscriptions and subscribers from videos, and I greatly, greatly appreciate y'all. I thank you for your support of the channel as we grow this content. Let me tell you something. Miami being ranked number 4 to me is a massive, massive slap in the face. It's a massive slap in the face. And I'm going to tell you why. AP ranked them at number 4. The coaches poll have them at number 6, an even bigger slap in the face. LSU ranked 3rd. What has LSU done that's been impressive? Because they played Clemson and won 17-10. Is that why? 17-10. A week later, they beat Louisiana Tech 23-7. This past weekend, they beat Florida 20-10. LSU can't score points. They can't score. Their scoring is so bad that their coach is losing his mind on reporters for asking questions. Brian Kelly went apeshit on local media because his team can't move the ball. Against Florida, who threw 5 interceptions, can't move the ball. They had one drive against Florida. The rest of the game, 10 points came off of interceptions. And they are 3rd. They don't drop. Georgia is 3rd in the coaches poll. LSU 4th in the coaches poll. Georgia plays Austin Peay, wins 28-6. Austin Peay. They beat Marshall 45-7. Austin Peay. And yes, they went and they beat Tennessee this past weekend. Lucky because a guy missed a chip shot 43-yard field goal. But they don't drop. Miami just beat the formerly ranked number 18 team in the country by 37 points. They blew the doors off of them. And they jump up from 5 to 4 and stay locked in at 6 on the coaches poll. Yet Texas is still ranked 7th in the coaches poll, 1 slot behind Miami. And Texas wins 27-10 over UTEP, and their overrated bum of a quarterback performs like the bum he is. Oregon, 34-14 over Northwestern. And their other game is Montana State. Folks, I know they blew out Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State has a win over UT Martin. Can we not act like Oklahoma State wasn't gum on the bottom of a shoe last season going 3-9? These polls continue to be certifiable garbage. Ohio State's number 1 in the country because they beat a bad Texas. I mean, I'm going to be real. I don't think Texas is that good. 14-7, a shit turd quarterback for Texas, and because they beat Grambling in Ohio. Ohio 37-9. Really? Penn State's ranked second in both polls. They beat Nevada, FIU, and Villanova. I didn't know that beating FIU 34-0 had value. I didn't know that beating Nevada 46-11 had value. I didn't know that beating Villanova 52-6 had value. But clearly for some people it does. Clearly South Florida beating two ranked teams when they played them didn't matter, because the second they lost to Miami, yeah, it was a blowout, but they still had two ranked wins at the time that they played them. They get bumped out of the poll. In fact, they get bumped out of both polls from what I'm looking at. Yeah, bumped out of both. Whereas Alabama gets drop kicked by Florida State, and they're already back to number 14 in both polls. Already back because they beat Louisiana Monroe and a Wisconsin team that has wins over Miami of Ohio and Middle Tennessee State. Folks, I know you probably agree with me on this. The polls are dog shit. And maybe I'm going to be a bit much. Maybe it's because I'm a fan. But Miami right now has the best resume in the country. Miami should be the ranked number 1 in the country. That's my opinion. They should be ranked number 1. Instead, LSU gets ridiculous treatment. Georgia, ridiculous treatment. Penn State gets massive levels of love. And Ohio State wins 14-7 over Texas. And Texas is still getting massive levels of love. Now, I'm not saying Miami's going to lose this weekend, because I think Miami's going to smash Florida. But let Miami lose this weekend and watch what happens to the Hurricanes in these polls. Miami would drop probably out of the top 15. It's been done before. The lack of respect that is given to teams that are not in the SEC or Big Ten is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. 17 of the top 25 teams in the country are either in the SEC or the Big Ten. The SEC or the Big Ten. 9 of the top 11 are in the SEC or the Big Ten. The only two ranked that are in the top 11 are Miami and Florida State that are not in the SEC or the Big Ten. We all know the favoritism that exists with these programs. But even when it's hitting you right in the face, you still refuse to be real. And the real is that Miami right now is the best team in the country. They should be ranked number 1. They're not. They can beat Florida by 50 on Saturday, and it won't make a bit of difference. It won't make a bit of difference. They can beat Florida 50-0, 50-10, 50-17, whatever. They can win by 4 touchdowns over Florida, and they won't jump LSU. It's bullcrap. The whole system is rigged garbage. We've all known it. And that's why losing a game in the ACC as an ACC team can be catastrophic. And that's why you can't afford to lose a game, because they don't value these on the same level. Miami beats Notre Dame. Miami beats the crap out of South Florida, and Miami's ranked 4th. LSU barely beats Florida, barely beats Clemson. That's 1-2 now as well. Why isn't the fact that Clemson's 1-2 looked at the same way as Notre Dame? Why? In fact, Notre Dame is better than Clemson. Notre Dame is actually still ranked because we know they're better than Clemson. But yet LSU gets more love for their win over Clemson than Miami gets over their win over Notre Dame. It's ridiculous. And Notre Dame lost. I know they lost to Texas A&M last weekend because a holder couldn't hold the freaking extra point and because a cornerback made a terrible decision on 4th down. But Notre Dame's good and will probably end up winning at least 9 of their last 10 games. But the reality is this. These polls are garbage. They remain garbage. And yeah, I'm happy Miami's ranked 4th, but Miami should be ranked number 1 right now. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment. This is Hurricanes Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.